Hey friends, good afternoon. Sunset Sunday in New York City, February 26th, 4:45 p.m. Something like almost 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Really nice out. And we're here in Central Park. Just crossing 89th Street and the Guggenheim to our left. Let's see who's joining. I see Brenda. Thanks for being with us. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. So many people here in Central Park. I see Cami. I see Suke and Bill, not from Santa Fe, New Mexico, but from Austin, Texas. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Gonna let folks gather a little bit. As we get started here in Central Park on a beautiful Sunday in New York City. Gorgeous weather. Hoping to catch a nice sunset tonight. Cammy's checking in from the Pacific Northwest. Hopefully you're doing okay. I know there's lots of extreme weather on the West Coast. Hopefully not too bad where you are. Just about to cross 86th Street and the Neue Gallery on our left, European art, which means straight ahead of us, my favorite museum in New York City, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Met. Brenda says it's a warm Florida afternoon. Ooh, lovely. And Sal says, hi, bagels and Mrs. Bagels and baby bagels. Cami says, I'm in a safe little pocket. But those south of me are getting hammered with winter. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Heard incredible snow in California that they haven't seen in a really long time. Like I said, hopefully everybody's being safe. We've had unseasonably warm winter here in New York, but it is possible over the next day or two that we might get some snow finally. All we've had so far this winter, little flurries. Nothing too much. But I think as folks gather, I want to welcome today's special guest. Who do I have here?
Hello.
Lisa, my beautiful wife, Lisa.
Bagels with us, of course.
Yeah, mini bagels here too, but he won't be on camera today.
He's sleeping in his stroller.
How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm okay.
You're hanging in there?
Yeah.
When's the last time you were on?
I guess briefly on the marathon.
Oh, that's right. Not. I mean, that's still pretty.
November.
I was going to say that's still a pretty long time ago.
But haven't joined for a full walk in Really, really long time.
That's funny. People are walking the wrong way on the reservoir, which we see all the time, but not often
With balloons.
a gigantic series of balloons for, I guess, a gender reveal.
Goodness. Well, that wouldn't be a gender reveal. They're
Oh.
blue balloons.
I see.
They're
You're right.
supposed to be a surprise.
I
That's
see.
not really.
I see. You're right. You're right. Silly me, baby brain. Cameron
Hi,
says,
everyone.
so good to see
Thank
you.
you for saying hello.
Hey, Clinton's here. Hey, good to see you, Clinton.
I told Sean I hope folks weren't disappointed that it was just little old me as the surprise guest today.
Brenda guessed right. And Suke says, hello, Lisa and Mini Bagel. So we're going to head into the park. We'll do a little stroll with Lisa, and then when kiddo's asleep, but eventually Lisa will take him home. But until then, we have the family walk in the park on Sunset Sunday. So we're going to head in over here to the Great Lawn. Maybe we'll take the Great Lawn, maybe we'll take the loop around the Great Lawn over to Turtle Pond, see what's going on at the pond. We'll get some nice views along the way. And then we'll see how everybody's feeling. Ambrose is here. Yeah, Lisa made it out.
Yeah, Sean thought it would be good for me to get out, so here we are.
She does get out once in a while, but it has been a long time since she's been on the old YouTubes.
Yep.
You're right. Marathon Sunday, long time ago. Came out and had breakfast with me.
That was a very brief moment on the stream for me that time.
Those who don't know, Lisa was a regular fixture at the very beginning of the live streaming. In the before times, before kiddos.
Poor baby.
Brenda says, maybe we see Flacco. Andrew Jordan's here. DeBailey's here. Yeah, got the whole family out today. Maybe we see Flacco. So that is a possibility. So Flacco has moved. He used to be at the southwest corner of the park. And he moved, if anybody's familiar with the arch, there's a little waterfall, kind of famous. I think he's moving around in that area. I've heard different things about where he is, so he's moving around. He does move, hunt, eat, etc. So TBD, we'll find out, because that's a little farther north. We might go in that direction. I definitely want to see him again, but I think I'm going to have way more luck during daylight hours. Ooh, look at the Great Lawn, covered in geese. You guys are in for some treats today. Lots of wildlife here in the park today, and lots of people today because it's so sunny. And like I said, it was like fairly warm, almost 50 degrees Fahrenheit today.
It's very windy though, so it feels pretty chilly.
A little chilly, not too bad. We'll try to be in the sun.
I think if I join more of these, we should get one of those clips for the stroller, so I can have my phone and see the chat.
So we'll get where all these people are standing. We'll get over there so we can show you Central Park South and the beautiful skyline.
Oh, look at this pup. He's a cute one. You didn't show the pup.
I did,
Oh, you did? Okay. Oh, and one in the bag there.
briefly showed a pup. Super bright. Okay, let's take a turn. So this is the Great Lawn. They do concerts here from time to time. This is where I saw the New York Philharmonic last year. And it is covered in Canadian geese. Mari Carmen is here from Puerto Rico. Hey, good to see you. So we're facing south. And as we've seen many times before, the Canadian geese, for some reason, absolutely love this lawn. They are pecking, so maybe it's the seed. I don't know.
Dinner time?
We've had all these debates as to why they choose this lawn of all lawns, because there's plenty of other fields, bigger, safer, quieter, also being reseeded. Who knows?
Safer? You think this is unsafe?
Meaning fewer people, fewer animals. I don't know.
They seem to be dominating. I think
They're doing okay.
they look okay.
They're doing okay. It's really fun. At certain hours, you can see them fly from Turtle Pond to the Great Lawn, from the Great Lawn to the reservoir. That's a rather big puppy to our left.
Tall, yeah.
Lisa will keep me walking at a normal human pace today.
Yep. I'm also pushing a stroller, so more to navigate.
Beautiful day here today.
Really glad the sun is out.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah, these gray days are not as fun.
For those checking in, sunsets in New York are finally getting to be at a slightly more normal time. Still a work in progress, but tonight's sunset, 5:43 p.m., way better than 4:30. As we round the corner here,
Hi, Ollie.
to our
Ollie's
right.
here.
Oh, hey, Ollie. Yeah, we got the whole fam here. To our right, the Arthur Ross Pine Tum. So all the gigantic, beautiful pine trees here in New York City, and a bunch of playgrounds, swings, all sorts of fun stuff going on over there. And if I see one, I'll show you guys, but it's like the world's largest pine cones fall out of these trees, and I'm always like slightly terrified that one's gonna land right in the stroller.
Yeah. There's some on the ground there.
Those aren't the big ones.
Okay. There's one.
That's okay.
False advertising
I'm not gonna,
from Sean here.
Lisa pointed at one directly behind a couple that was making out on the bench. So
Oh,
I wasn't playing.
I didn't see them making out.
I wasn't gonna, let me go put my camera in your face as you make
But
out.
it was on the ground.
Okay,
It
hold
wasn't
on,
on their
hold on.
face.
Okay.
So dramatic.
There you go. Gigantic pine cones on the ground. It would probably make for good YouTube, though. So there are signs of spring here and there in the park. We'll start to see some budding trees. I haven't seen any cherry blossoms blossoming yet. And the reason I bring that up is if anybody was watching Walking Commuter, last time he was in Stuytown, their cherry blossoms have blossomed. And it's because we've had all of these, 60, 65 degree weather days that are confusing all the plants. I'm a little afraid that stuff is going to blossom early and then the cold will come again. And it will be a short-lived spring season, but I guess we'll find out. We will find out. On our right, we sometimes see cardinals, blue jays, and stuff. Always on the lookout for some interesting sights for you guys. But today is relaxing stroll with the family day. Ain't it a beautiful thing, Lisa? Mm-hmm. Let's head over to Turtle Pond, right next to Delcourt Theater, where they do Shakespeare in the Park. Let's go see what's going on at Turtle Pond. I bet we'll see some fun ducks.
Daryl's here from Chicago.
Hey, Daryl. Good to see you. Hope all is well. So many friendly faces have joined us here in the park today. Good to have everybody. Maybe, do you feel comfortable walking to Conservatory Water?
Yeah. It's mainly the walk back I'm worried about.
Yep. Sometimes we get lucky and he'll sleep for quite a while. Sometimes not so much. Let's head over to Turtle Pond right here. So this, to our right, Delcourt Theater. That's where they do Shakespeare in the Park. There's a couple statues out front. One is the Tempest on the left and Romeo and Juliet on the right. Behind the Delcourt Theater, and we'll get a good view of it once we get to the pond, is Belvedere Castle.
Donna's here. Hi, Donna.
Donna Stedham's here. Hey, Donna. Did you hear that other voice? Lisa's back, baby.
For a little while.
Kiddo's with us as well. You can probably hear the stroller wheels.
I think I've mentioned this before, but one of my first New York experiences when I moved here, coming up on 17 years ago, was going to a performance at the theater there. And I saw...
Good start to the experience?
Well, I saw Meryl Streep and Kevin Kline in Mother Courage.
That was the beginning of seeing Meryl Streep many, 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 many times.
Yeah, little did I know.
So I don't know if we'll be able to... I might run over there. I mean, you can come, but there's a bunch of people, it looks
Why don't we
like.
go to the other side?
Because they block off a lot of it. We'll see it over there. Just give me 1 sec. I'll be back. I mean, you can come close. The reason I'm saying there's a bunch of people, but it's also bumpy over here. Bumpy, bumpy. Let me get you guys some views over. Oh, not as much wildlife as I was hoping. I hear some honking, so I know there's some geese. And as we head over here, did want to say a big thank you to Donna. I saw when I got home, you left a very nice contribution at the last live stream, so thank you for that, Donna. Super, super, super kind. So here's the wildlife hanging out over to the right. Hear them honking away. Along with Belvedere Castle. That guy's just honking. I wonder what he's saying. Let me try to poke the camera here. Let's see if I can get an interesting angle. There we go. Hey, surfboard's here. Good to see you. Let me walk back. My family is actually with me today, but they were hanging out back here just because there's a lot of bumps and steps. So let's head back over to Great Lawn, reconnect with Lisa and the kiddo. And then it sounds like we're going to head over to one of my favorite spots in the park, Conservatory Water. And there's a few interesting sights along the way and there that we'll see. Onwards to the water. Not as much wildlife as you would have thought, as I would have thought.
Well, maybe my mic picked it up, but there was a quintessential New Yorker walking by.
What did he say? What did they say?
It was a father, son, and grandchild.
Uh-huh.
And the grandfather was talking about, I don't know, buildings. And he's like, been building it for 20 years now. It was just perfect.
British Grey is here. Good to see you. British Grey, got the family with me. Doing a little family walk in the park today. So we're going to hang a right here, head towards... First, we're going to head towards Cedar Hill, which is where Geraldine hangs out. Geraldine is the other owl in Central Park. We've seen Flacco. I've tried many, many times to see Geraldine and never succeeded. One day, one day. There's that one goose just swimming and honking, swimming and honking. I don't know if it's a mating call or what. Does not seem very successful. You keep trying, pal. One of these days. Oh, ooh, beautiful liftoff. Missed it. A little hard to see, but on our left through the trees is the obelisk,
Hi, British Grey.
also known as Cleopatra's Needle.
Sean's walking ahead of me, so I can hear him talking, but I don't know what he's saying.
I was talking about the obelisk. I was just trying to get a clear shot of it, but it's through the trees. What is this called? The King Jagiello Monument? Something like that. Poland. So I was telling you that it's sort of blocked. I mean, you can walk around it, but this is one of the big areas people congregate for Turtle Pond, but they've got all these barricades up.
Yeah, it's like, no, you can.
I think because
But like, it's what you want. Yeah, and like most.
Joanne is here.
unsafe when it gets frozen. Joanne checking in. Hey, good to see you. So we're going to hang a left here, head towards Cedar Hill. Who knows? We could see Geraldine one day.
Very cute. Corgi.
Missed it.
Your aunt. One of Sean's aunts is a big Corgi fan.
I'm particularly big fan of corgis.
Very fond.
When she was here, we did successfully find some for her to admire.
There are lots of cute dogs in the park today, I have to say.
Everybody came out. It's a nice day.
Colleen, hello.
Hey, good to see you, Colleen. So as I've said many times before, Geraldine is the resident owl in Central Park. Flacco's the newbie. And she likes to congregate over here in Cedar Hill. And I've seen a number of pictures of her recently, very, very clear. But they're always super zoomed in, and all the trees to me
I was
look
gonna
exactly
say,
the same.
Very, very clear if you have a $10,000 lens.
Yes, that too. That too. But who knows? One day I will find her, and we will all admire her together. So we just need to wait to cross the street. Runners, bikers, everybody. So after these few bikes up, no, probably not. Whoop. She's not very bright. She was like looking the wrong way and then got totally. Light changed in our favor. Okay. So look for something that looks like an owl in the trees.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Sure.
Is that helpful? It's gonna look like an owl looking thing.
I wonder where she'll go when this lawn is open and people are like in there again, you know?
I mean,
feel like
they sort of say that this is like her spot, I
she
think.
doesn't mind the people.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they sleep during the day, right? They're nocturnal. The last picture I saw, somebody was taking it from this area, but yeah, like you were saying, they use these $10,000 insane lenses so they can go super zoom.
Oh, look, there's a cat on a leash.
Cat in a leash, cat leash. Cat on a leash. Don't see that every day.
Oh my.
Oh,
Cute.
2 cats on a leash.
Oh,
Okay, last time we did this, this woke up the kiddo. I think maybe because of the angle, so I guess we'll see how he handles it this time. Maybe he's experienced now. It made me wonder if she was actually in like one of these trees though.
we saw one of our doormen as we were leaving our building today, and he has twin daughters who are about maybe 6 months older than Caleb. And we told him, you know, he's over 15 pounds now. And he said, whoa, catching up to my girls. His daughters are like 18 and 19 pounds, so.
A little overachiever.
That's what I said. We call him our overachiever.
And apparently he's awfully tall.
Yes, at our last appointment, he's above average in every area, but this time the highest percentage was in his length.
Okay, so let's slow down. I'm going to stare at the trees for a second. Not that I ever have any luck doing this. Let's see.
Excuse me, sorry.
Cami asked, do we know what type of owl Geraldine and Flacco are? So Flacco, I know, is a Eurasian eagle owl. I have no idea what Geraldine is. And if you want to see Flacco, go to our Superb Owl Sunday live stream. We did find him a few times. That was pretty fun. Staring into trees, staring into trees.
One of them was in Pakistan. My cousin. A lot older than me.
Norman is here. Did you say hi?
Hey Norman, good to see you.
Oh, here's another cute dog.
Dogs everywhere. Dogs, 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 dogs. Okay, let me look one more time. So they definitely said they were taking a photograph from the east. So that would be over here. Ooh, I did see something flying over there. It's not the tree that it looked like though.
I'm sure she moves trees.
Yeah, no, I know.
I told her, I was like, this is my
Okay. One day, one day.
Fluffy dog coming up.
I wonder how much snow we might get. We were talking about this yesterday, I guess. Was it? No, Friday? Friday. And New York kind of sits at this weird point where the heavy snow always goes north of us. Let me just look one last time and then we'll up. Photographer. Photographer. Oh, except he's using literally a...
Can you show them the lens?
Okay, so all those people obviously see her. And you can see the type of lens that I always make jokes about. So maybe the thing that was flying was Geraldine that I saw at the corner of my eye. Because they do what I guess it's called like fly out when they wake up and head out for the day. Sorry, I'm just waiting for movement since my eyesight and this crush of trees. Okay, I'm gonna go a little past it.
Yes, that's the other one. I didn't see the tree right across. Oh, this one. I will have photos later. Yes, you need to know for the tree. You don't need to enjoy it now. It's a great horned owl. Great horned owl. Tall cedar tree to the right.
He said it's in the cedar tree to the right.
Yeah, my eyesight's just not good enough. Okay.
Sean,
Yeah.
that was Damian Lewis, I think it's his name, from help me out here, guys. What's that show with Claire Danes?
Homeland?
Yes, that was Damian Lewis.
Asking the question?
Uh-huh. I think that's his name.
Oh, he's right behind you.
Oh.
So let's head down to Conservatory Water. We actually wanted to go a different way, but
Taking the long way around. He's going to be right to our left, in front of us with the cap.
yes, trying to be respectful of other people's peaceful enjoyment of the park.
He was engaging, though. He was asking everybody about the owl.
Yeah. Well, he thought it was Flacco.
Ah,
He was asking if was that the Eurasian owl, as we were talking about. So we did see a celebrity in the park today, but not the one we meant to.
a human celebrity.
Yes, TV show Homeland. He's actually kind of tall, and whenever I think of celebrities and you see them in real life, they tend to be so much shorter than you think they'll be.
I like him. He's a very good actor.
So
He
to our
seemed
right,
quite nice.
Low Boathouse, and big update. We did find out from the city that the Low Boathouse is reopening. Some group called Legends Hospitality. So, you know, we were having this big discussion of which like New York City restaurant group would we love to take it over. That was not on any of our lists. Legends Hospitality Group.
But you were saying, what do they?
So they do also, I mean, it like makes a ton of sense for the city to pick them. So they do the food at like Yankee Stadium, One World Trade Center, at the observation deck. There was a whole list of, you know, things that they,
Attractions.
yeah. But it's the sort of thing where it's going to be like a cheeseburger for $25.
Yeah.
But
Welcome to New York.
yeah, it is what it is. It's not surprising that they would pick, you know, the safe choice that has a lot of.
At least it'll be reopened.
It'll be reopened, and you know they picked the choice that like that's what they do.
Yeah.
They handled seasonality.
Yeah, and it said everything's reopening. The boats.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
snack bar, the restaurant.
So very excited for that news. So hopefully by summer.
I said June.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it was going to be like spring or anything. So
No, it said specifically June, I believe.
so
in the
fingers
article.
crossed on that. So we're going to hang a left here. So everybody say goodbye to Damian Lewis, our celebrity sighting of the day. To Bethesda Terrace, we would walk around, but We got the kiddo with us today, and I got Lisa with me today, so we're going to slightly abbreviated tour. We may say goodbye to Lisa at some point, in which case we will go explore deeper into the park. But for now, we're going to take the kiddo over to one of my favorite sites, Conservatory Water. And I see ER Trauma. Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. Sunset Sunday here in the park with the fam. Lots of families are out today. We were just at Cedar Hill looking for resident Al Geraldine. Somebody did see him, or see her, excuse me. And I do think I might have seen her out of the corner of my eye. It could have been a different bird, but I saw something moving in the trees, so we went in that direction. But it all looks like tree to me. So we will keep trying. And I tried to show the guys camera lens, like from your fingertips to the farthest point of your elbow, gigantic.
Seemed even longer than that to me.
Probably costs many, many thousands of dollars so they can get these super clear up close shots. My little iPhone does not compete. Yeah, Cammy, stuff's coming in. Let me show you up close some of these. Lots of stuff coming in. Probably not zoomed into, not focusing very well, but you get the idea. Hans Christian Andersen. Afraid not ER. But if you scroll back and you want to see Lisa and myself.
We could flip around.
Yep. Hello.
You could show the top of the stroller. He's
No.
down there.
No.
He's got his blanket over his face. He's
The
camera
kiddo
shy
tells us
anyway.
fairly often, no photos.
He does put his arm out quite a
When you
bit.
try to take photos, he goes, no photos.
No photos.
No photos, please.
Or he'll be doing something really cute, and then the second the camera comes out, he just
Hey,
starts
Mr. Adams
looking
here.
at the
Hello from the
camera.
depths of an office basement in Soho. So glad you're back. Missed you guys. Hey, we are back with the entire fam today. The whole fam is out, taking a little stroll in the park. Point the camera towards the west, through the trees. A little hard to see, but in the dead center of the frame, you can sort of see the sunset coming down.
Oh,
So
this
hopefully,
is a cute dog in front of us.
hopefully we'll start to see some cool colors in the sky. So stay tuned.
Oh, two of them. Look.
Oh yeah,
Buddies.
wow. Off leash against the
Little
rules. Dogs must be leashed 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in Central Park.
But after 9, they can run wild.
Because there's nobody here, I
It's
guess.
funny.
Yeah. It is, we so rarely do it because we are so sleep deprived. But early mornings in the park is really hysterical because you'll see all these dogs off leash just kind of running and playing.
Did you see him squeeze under the fence there? That was cute. Trying to get good dog content for you guys, but Sean is not following. Sean is not participating in the dog views.
Uh-oh. I always think that says Shake Shack, but it says Snack Shack. Hey, this is one of those weird looking trees like the one on the West Drive. Not as weird looking, but fairly weird looking. Hey, Nabul's here.
Sammy's gone rogue.
Oh, so let me show you guys. Let me zoom in a second. So the hill I'm looking at currently is, and if I zoom in, you can actually see the statue of a pilgrim over there. And since
Nabul.
we were just talking about spring, this area absolutely blows up in spring with blossoms. So really looking forward to that when the time comes.
Look at this dog in front of us with a little coat on. I'm not really a fan of animals in clothes, but he's cute.
So in the summertime, this is called the model sailboat pond. And I always like to point out, this is one of the more reasonable eating options in the park. There's a La Pan. Probably nothing like the actual food that Naboul is familiar with in actual France. But
I also don't think it's quite as good as the normal locations.
but for Central Park, it'll do. Let's see the wildlife. Yeah, Rune, we were talking about maybe going, I was thinking of going west to the waterfront tonight, but Lisa was game to hang out a little longer in the park. So Central Park it is. But I'm going to start walking her towards the Met, and then I'm going to stay in the park.
Well, why don't I just stay with you and then we'll go home together?
Well, because I might go for a while, and I think he probably wants to get home. I'm only at 82% battery, so I've got a.
Well, we could also just make this a shorter one so that I don't have to go home by myself.
That's true. What do you want?
Hint, hint.
What do you want?
I want that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then let's go to the.
Could you take my mic so I can go to the restroom there real quick?
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Well, just turn it off. Hold on. Bear with me. Is it off? Yes. Okay. See ya. All right. I'm going to see if I can convince Lisa to go over to Bethesda for a little bit. Maybe we'll get some live music. So we will extend her time in the park, but we'll overall have a shorter live stream tonight. Marie Carmen asking, can we go to the Conservatory Garden? Ooh, it's been on my to-do list. So I actually, if you're new to the channel, I have tons of videos, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos, including a few from Conservatory Garden. It's one of my favorite parts of Central Park. So for those who don't know, it's Conservatory Garden is at, I don't know, like 100th Street and 5th Avenue, something like that, maybe a little higher up. It's just south of Harlem Mirror, and it's a series of 3 formal gardens in various styles. But one of the gardens has been closed for a really long time for a bunch of work. But it sounds like from Marie Carmen that it might have reopened, so we'll have to check that out pretty soon. The last couple times I went, Marie Carmen, it actually wasn't all that interesting, just because during winter, you know, there weren't any pretty flowers or color or anything. It was pretty bare, to be perfectly honest. The central garden kind of is always the same and is very nice, but the left garden was closed and the right garden just wasn't looking all that great. But I would say over the next month or two, when the color really starts to come in, we will definitely be spending time there. So stay tuned for that. And I love Harlem Mirror as well, but that's also, they're doing a ton of construction in the north part of the Central Park. So we're here watching the ducks. Conservatory Water. Low boathouse behind us and the lake. Hopefully I can convince Lisa to walk over to Bethesda Terrace for a little bit. We'll get some good views of the lake, maybe some live music. And then we'll take the kiddo home. He's being so good tonight. He's just sleeping like a baby. Let me show you guys west again so you can see sunset colors coming in. And again, Central Park South. And since somebody mentioned that, it does remind me, obviously go follow our friend Dutch Maz, one of the best New York City live streamers. Me too, Daryl. That would be nice. I haven't been able to join too many of his recently, just because he's often streaming when I'm trying to get as much sleep as I possibly can. But I was on it the other day, and he caught some really good spring color. And one of these days, I'm hoping we'll share a walk. I did meet up with him once in person. It was really nice. He's a super nice guy. So hopefully one of these days we'll figure out how to share a walk. We both have young kiddos, so it's not so easy, but one day. So are you game to go over to Bethesda?
Mm-hmm. Am I back?
Yep. You should be back. Door Grok is
Hello?
here.
Hello? Testing.
Hey, Marty's here. Suke says, sleeping like a baby. That's a good one. So let's finish the loop around the water so we can go see Alice in Wonderland.
I've never used that restroom.
No? Was it nice?
I mean, it's a restroom in a park, but it actually is functioning, so that's...
So in my perspective is New York City parks actually have some of the better restrooms. So one of Lisa's hobby horses is public restrooms in New York City. As a fan of the human need to go to the restroom.
Exactly. I know, it's like crazy concept, guys, but...
So there's places like you can go to the restroom if you pay money. And then there's places like New York where you can't go to the restroom at all. What we want is something in the middle, which is some ability to go to the restroom when nature calls.
No, I said this before. Like particularly, I had
Hey,
a lot of challenge with this when I was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
But
terrible.
my point was, you shouldn't have to be pregnant to have access to a restroom. You should just be a person
Well, this was the debate.
needing
Uh,
to use
The
the
stream
restroom.
was apparently buffering so I was debating with myself. But yesterday, when we went by the train,
Get the bubbles.
I will. I want to get this first, and I wanted to get away
I
from the
can't
music.
go up there. So.
Okay, I'll be back. Let me show you guys. There's steps here, so Lisa can't bring the stroller up. Let me just show you Alice in Wonderland, then we'll all get back together again. Yeah, Marty, they're so much better. But the point I was making is New York City parks, like even during the pandemic, they kept them open, pretty clean and everything. So pretty nice. Unfortunately, not something you get everywhere. So these are the bubble guys. You see them around the park and other parts of New York City, entertaining for kids. If you do participate, they do appreciate tips. So let's head this way. Head over to Bethesda, see if we can get some good views and maybe some live music. So what I was saying was I was having a debate with myself on the live stream the other day on Friday because I guess it was buffering at the time. But I had walked by the Moynihan train hall and mentioned that there's no seating in there. And somebody said, correctly, it's because of loitering. Well, the problem is everybody needs to sit. Whether it's for a physical reason or you're just tired and you just want to get... So one of the things that's been happening in New York City, Grand Central at the food court downstairs, they're getting rid of seating there.
No, it's
Everything is
all
getting rid of
insane.
seating. It's absurd.
No, it was pregnant and needed to sit down.
Or go to This drives me crazy. This moment in Cranky New Yorkers, brought to you by the mayor of New York City.
There was a woman back there who had a really nice bag that I liked quite a bit. It was a long champ bag with a really interesting Eiffel Tower design.
I once got Lisa a knockoff Longchamp bag from China.
I love it. Black leather one.
One of the best gifts in my gifting history. Lisa's currently off-roading. So we'll walk by the Loeb Boathouse. Again, gonna reopen hopefully this summer. Good news, good news. We're gonna make a left, walk along the lake, over to Bethesda Terrace Arcade. I was hoping we'd get a little more sunset color tonight, but not so much over here. Maybe at the water. Sounds like Dutch is over at the water. I'll have to check out his stream later, see if he lucked out. We've had some incredible sunsets over the last month. Just looking for a gap here. So this is the boathouse. And even though it did close, during the day they do keep these restrooms open. So this has also become the sunset/restroom update live stream. And supposedly those are pretty good. Tavern on the Green also has public restrooms.
I mean, honestly, anytime there's one that's open and functioning, I'm happy.
But it's been such a bummer because New York City has had all these beautiful days and the boathouse has this terrace and it's just been wasted this whole time. Cammy says a building is blocking his view. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna get some pretty good views in a second. So those twin towered buildings, that's the San Remo. And we're gonna get a really nice view of it in a minute or so. Oh, there's the geese. There's the geese.
She's got a nice bag in front of us too, Marc Jacobs.
Wow. British Grace says, I can't believe that the city didn't receive any snow. So we may get some tomorrow, but yeah, so far this season, the only snow has been traces of snow, just flurries and stuff. The park at some point did have a little bit of a dusting, but it was when I wasn't able to go out. But to be honest, a dusting is really disappointing for all winter.
That was interesting.
But I've given you guys my prediction, which is that seasons tend to average out, and so I think we're gonna get like a really big storm at some point. And the city has had storms, you know, into April and stuff, so we'll find out. That's my guess, though. That's my guess. So as we round the turn here, you know, the lake is going to start to open up. We're going to get a really nice view with the San Remo in the background. Sounds like there is a lot going on at Bethesda Terrace. I wonder if, do we think it's the performers or do we think somebody just got married?
Sounds like, looks like performers.
Careful when you go down the hill. Careful, Susie.
This is one of my favorite views in New York City. Oh, look up. Hey, Alex is here. Good to see you. Did that sound like Kazoo 365?
Yeah, Terry. I like a good bag.
Let's find out what
Of all
music is
sorts.
gonna. You like a good bag?
Yeah, she's saying my kind of gal.
Sorry for the clicking. I'm trying to put my sunglasses away. I dropped my sunglasses so many times the other day in the park, I had to get new sunglasses, so I'd prefer not to have to do that again. So that's, I think, Kazoo 365
Yep.
doing the music.
And there's a lady dancing, or there's people dancing in front of.
Maybe they were cheering. Suitcase says, that's what's happening in Santa Fe. Snow, very cold, tons of wind after a mild winter. Yeah. He has the super gravelly Tom Waits voice. We've seen him. Guess we're giving up on copyright today. I think we'll stay here for a bit. Here, I'll give you some money. We're gonna stay for a bit. So. Yeah, we'll stay for a few songs. Yep. You gonna be okay?
Hey, my left foot.
Hopefully he'll be okay.
You hear the music? Why don't you get out there and show us your moves, Sean? No?
I think they're dancing for all of us.
They are loving it. Like her beret, too.
Yep. She's feeling it.
She really is. Whew.
I can't tell what people prefer more, the
music or the dancing?
yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, he's good. Oh, he woke up.
Oh yeah, we're past that. He's wide awake now.
Hopefully he's enjoying the music. Hey, kiddo.
You like the music?
He's having a good time. You can sit if you want.
No, I was looking for sunset views, but I guess.
It would be over there, but. Door gone. Oh, that's
Really
hysterical.
adding to the ambiance.
Guys, this is the sort of content you only get here. So good. Okay, Lisa's gonna hold our spot. I'm gonna go show you guys around Bethesda for a second.
Well, why don't I walk? Baby probably like it.
Sure, whatever you want. Just wanted to keep the view, but it's gonna be all screwy anyways with the hot dog cart removal.
Yeah, I think we can walk and come back.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, while we wait for the music to come back, as the hot dog cart is carted away, that's Kazoo 365. Look them up. It's really good. We gave a little donation, but feel free to give one yourself if you're enjoying the music. We're going to hang out here for a little bit, hopefully get a few more, at least a couple more songs. Show you the terrace I was talking about at the Low Boathouse. Look how nice that would be.
Get a shot of the people inside the fountain. I did that once when it snowed, remember?
New York Metro mentioned the sunset, so this is where we would see the sunset. But the colors tonight from here.
Don't look that great.
Yeah, okay, let's make the loop so we can get back to the music. He does sound like Tom Waits, doesn't he? So there's two famous buildings, particularly famous buildings that you can see from right here. So this is, what is it called? The, wow, just went totally, my mind just went totally blank. San Remo and the Dakota. Why am I blanking on the left one? And quick update on the Dakota, which is Yoko Ono, is leaving New York. I sent you the link the other day. She's something like 90 years old?
90, she just
Yeah.
turned 90.
And I think not in the best of health. And she has a house somewhere upstate New York, so she's moving there. But it said that she was keeping her property at the Dakota. So I guess she can come back and visit the city anytime she feels able to. Gonna stroll back to the music.
We can keep streaming as we walk home too. Oh wow, that's somebody singing.
Yeah. Big snaps. I guess the hot dog guy was respectful of the music, waited for the song to end. That is very nice. Funny New York City moments. Ah, Brenda, good point, good point. Can you imagine? I bet their unit is so beautiful. Oh, my brain just re-entered the chat. Majestic. So the twin-towered building that has the kind of flat top is the Majestic. The more ornate top is the San Remo. And then if you see another twin-towered building that's fairly ornate farther north, that's the El Dorado. That's the one you see from the reservoir. San Remo you see from the lake. The Majestic is what I was thinking of. My brain is operating at very reduced capacity these days. Lisa and I have entered the glory days of sleep regression.
Coming off of the newborn no sleep days anyway. I keep reading about it gets better, and I just keep waiting. I had that in the pregnancy though too.
We were talking to the doctor. Is he going to sleep better? Yeah, when he's in high school. Is he going to stop spitting up? Yeah, maybe when he's in high school.
He thinks it's funny.
Hey, you think it's funny. You think it's funny when we talk about you.
Oh, he's so sweet. Oops, sorry, I hit Mike trying to fix his cover on his stroller.
Is anyone playing music in the arcade? Let me go take a quick look. I think Kazoo's taking a little break. Let me go take a look at the arcade. We've had some serious luck in the arcade with music because the sorry, I'm trying to wave to Lisa to get her to come at least a little closer. Bear with me a second. Okay. I will lift up the stroller.
This seems dangerous.
Okay. We're gonna head over to the arcade, get some music there. Get some music at the arcade. This is Carlos on guitar. That was a long overdue payment.
Rare appearance on camera.
What'd you say?
I said there's Sean, a rare appearance on camera.
Awesome. So that was Carlos, and a gigantic thank you to Gail for the $5 Canadian. Thank you, thank you, thank you 5 times over from the whole fam. Some beautiful music in the park. I've been trying to find a good link for Carlos, but I haven't found one yet, so still working on that for you guys. But obviously, if you're here in the park, he tends to hang out over here at the arcade, and he actually does stuff often after sunset. And so down here, when the lights go out, or excuse me, when the sun goes down, you get the lights from the arcade in there, and the acoustics are incredible. Yeah, he's so good. Hey, Chris, good to see you.
I would have listened longer, but I think
Time to take the kiddo home?
Mini Bagel is patient for very, very long, and then we hit the point where he loses patience.
So we got to see a little of Kazoo 365. We got to see Carlos. So we're going to head out to the Met, and that's where we'll call it a night. But we have a little bit of a stroll to get there. One last chance to see Geraldine.
Oh my gosh, you and this owl.
Yeah, everybody go check out Chris. Incredible YouTuber. And just like our friend Naboul covers the south of France, Chris has some incredible vlogs from Granada, which I would love to visit one day. So check that out. Let me get one last view of the sunset direction. We did try. There were a couple nights where the entire sky turned red, but tonight is not that night. Tonight is not that night, I guess. I was hopeful because it was so cloudy earlier, and sometimes you get some interesting effects from that. Oh well. One last postcard view of the lake and the San Remo.
Honestly, this one, that's what I might do. Short movies.
Beautiful night here in Central Park. So I think officially the park closes at 1 a.m. Often get asked questions about being in the park at night. You know, my view is just stick to kind of the more popular areas and the drives, and you should be okay. The Ramble, for example, right across the water, is this kind of heavily wooded area, tons of trails and stuff, and that gets pretty dark at night. So like that's an area I might not walk.
That's tricky. Even
Yeah,
in the
I was gonna
daytime,
say,
if you don't
I
know
always,
where you're going.
I always tell people like it's tricky in the daytime, so not the number one spot I would try to get lost in at night.
It's unsafe. It's just like if you don't know where you're going, you could get turned around.
Correct. Correct.
But at night, I wouldn't go there.
Well, kids, please don't fight. But these are like the drives, and you'll see people exercising on them at all hours.
Yeah, when I was running, I would run in the dark in the park.
But like here, Bethesda, as I was saying, Carlos, you know, you could probably see him at, I don't know, 7 or 8. And you can sit on the steps and he'll play to people. It's really beautiful. Like I would definitely recommend that if you're here. You want to just pop out at 5th Avenue, or what do you want to do?
Maybe we can walk the paths, because 5th Avenue is cobblestone, and it's
Yeah.
not the smoothest ride for him.
Right here. Nobody coming.
Maybe did we get an MRI? He's really looking around.
Well, he's got lots of energy. He took a nice long nap. This is the East Drive we're walking along. If you want to see more from the drives, I did a 2-hour rain walk on the drives. They make up a 6-mile loop of the entire park. It's a really cool way of seeing just about every corner of Central Park. And that one's no talking, so if you like rain sounds, a little ASMR. Oh, speaking of, this reminds me, I'm starting a new channel which some of you may possibly be interested in. It's not going to be for everybody, but it's called Sounds by Sean. I just published the first videos today. So here's the story. I mentioned on one of our live streams that Lisa and I use all these sounds at night to help sleep, because here in New York City.
Well, wait, I gotta say, this is news to me, so I'm learning this with all of you as well. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm starting a new channel.
Okay.
It's called Sounds by Sean. It's linked to in my, if you go to the Bagels and Walks page, somewhere on there it says featured channels and it mentions it. I just posted it today. Okay, so the backstory is we use these sounds at night to sleep, and it also helps the baby sleep. So like white noise and brown noise, all this stuff. We've mentioned it before. The other night, we had our sound on to sleep, and for some reason, it got taken off of YouTube in the middle of the night. And what YouTube does when that happens is it just plays some random thing. And what it decided to play was like Tibetan, like what?
It was like dong,
Yeah.
dong. So the baby was finally actually sleeping a little bit soundly.
It was hysterical. It was hysterical. It was like the stupidest possible thing that could have possibly happened. So anyways, to alleviate that for ourselves, I created a channel with all sorts of relaxing sounds of different lengths. So if you want to study, there's 30-minute ones. If you need a longer break, there's hour-long ones. And then the longest ones I've posted, I think so far, are 8 hours, but I'm going to post 12-hour ones, which is what we use for sleeping.
Not that we're sleeping for 12 hours, let's be clear.
But I've got ones that have these little like lava lamp effects, and then I'm starting to post the ones with just pure black screen. So if for some reason your device shows the video, there'll just be black screen so you can use it for sleeping. There's a TV static one, that's kind of funny.
Are these like the things I've been watching?
Well, Lisa likes these other things, which is like a picture of a cafe and it's like soft jazz music. I haven't gotten to that, but maybe one day.
The ones I really like are like drone footage of like just beautiful places with really nice calming music.
Yeah, I don't own a drone, and drones are basically illegal in New York City, so.
I have a funny thing, let me share with you. I was going to post it to say, if anyone is wondering how I'm doing, a recommended video that popped up for me on YouTube is psychological stability music for anxious dogs.
Amazing.
That pretty much sum up where I am right now.
Yep. Yep. Well, hopefully it won't be for everybody, but for those of you like us who need various sounds to mask other sounds in one's life, or if you've got a baby at home who it helps relax, hopefully some of you will find some enjoyment out of that. And I'll have more coming. I'm trying to think of other things. So if you have other ideas, like Lisa just mentioned, these like, imagine you're in a jazz cafe or something. Oh, one of them is the 2 hours of rain sounds in Central Park, but with a black background. So if you just want that sound at night, you can put it on a loop. So more of that stuff to come. Stay tuned. But yeah, Nabul, thank you for posting the link. If that sounds at all interesting to you, check it out. Consider subscribing. And with either channel, one of the best ways to support what we do is to share videos with others. It helps grow the community, and tell YouTube that you enjoy it, not just enough to watch it, but to share it. So if that interests you, we'd appreciate it.
Ramona is here. Hello.
Hey, Ramona, good to see you.
Who is Lisa? We have a question.
Oh, who is Lisa? Who are you?
I am Mrs. Bagels. I
My
am
beautiful
Sean's
wife. My beautiful wife.
And I used to join, we used to do these live streams regularly on Sundays, and I did them with Sean as long as I could through the pregnancy, and then hit a point where I couldn't do much, really. And then
Yeah, so I've been doing these solo for a while.
now we have a baby, so we can't always get out, but it was a little bit warmer today, and he's been very, very patient in his stroller.
He's been super patient. He's going to be so hungry when we get home, though.
Starving as soon as we get in.
At some
That's gonna
point,
be fun.
at some point, he's going to be like, "This was great, but I'm done with you guys." So we're going to pop out here at 79th Street. We're going to walk a couple minutes over to the Met, say our goodbyes, get this kiddo home and well fed,
I'm hungry.
And then I was going to say, and then get some dinner ourselves at some point. Let us know what you're having for dinner. As we pop out here at 79th Street, on our right, the Ukrainian Institute of America, and it's late enough that the lights have turned on. So the building is kind of lit up, you know, in the colors of the Ukrainian flag. It's pretty cool. And in honor of Nabul, one of our favorite bookstores, the Albertine.
I feel like this is another drinking game, Sean, every time you mention the Albertine.
Well, we keep walking by here. But if you've never seen it, Google the Albertine. It's a French language bookstore here in New York City. I guess operated sort of by the French embassy or something. They seem to have some relation. But it has the nicest ceilings in New York City.
We're just going to say, what's he going to say next? Nicest ceilings.
Take advantage of the light. Get across here. Thanks for being with us, Surfboard. Always good to see you. So we're now entering, as we cross the street here, the property of the Met. Oh, and I mentioned the other day, we did a Fifth Avenue walk on Friday, and I was mentioning, as we walked by the Met that day, the Bowery Boys New York City podcast. So if you're really interested in New York City and New York City history, listen to the Bowery Boys podcast. The reason I mentioned the Met was one of their recent guests was a former security guard for the Met. And they had a really interesting episode where they talked about, where they interviewed this former security guard, got some kind of inside stories and secrets about the Met. One of the secrets was which entrances to use. Which entrance do we use?
The member entrance on 81st.
But it turns out anybody can use the member entrance. Turns out there's another one, because once the member entrance was pretty busy, anybody can sneak into the garage, and there's an entrance in the garage.
Huh.
And basically nobody uses that. So that was good to know. Little secret there. But the other part of that episode that was super interesting is, you may not know this, I was sort of only vaguely familiar with this, but when Kennedy was president, Jacqueline Onassis, who we've talked about many times because she's the reservoir, you know, name of the reservoir and lots of stuff here in Central Park, they got the Mona Lisa to come to the Met.
Oh, wow.
Over 1 million people came to see it, and so they tell the story of the Mona Lisa visiting the Met.
This is all in that episode?
It's all in that episode. It was all about the Met. The first half was about Mona Lisa. The second half was interviewing the security guard. But it's a fascinating episode. So if you're really interested in New York City, if any of that sounds interesting, check out the Bowery Boys podcast. It's really cool.
I sent Sean a really, what I thought was a cute digital Valentine that he didn't respond to at all. But it was an image of inside the Met.
Really throwing me under the bus here.
This is what I'm here for. Give you a hard time. Gotta give the people what they like. It was a picture inside the Met, and it said, "I'm so glad we met." Capital M-E-T.
I have no memory of this. Maybe I missed it.
Hashtag marriage.
I must have missed that. You'll have to resend it to me. This is the members entrance right here on the left. But really anybody could use it. Wouldn't you know?
I love the lighting on this. Very beautiful.
Yeah, the Met is one of the most beautiful buildings any time of the day, but probably most of all at night, with this gorgeous lighting. During the daytime, though, you get the fountains. Residence across the street, owned by Carlos Slim, just went on the market. $80 million. So if you're interested in New York City real estate with a view and easy access to the Met, if you have $80 million, that property could be yours. Terry, thanks for being with us. Thanks everybody for being with us. Thank you to my wife for joining us today.
Glad we were able to joined for the whole time. That was fun.
Thank you to the kiddo for being such a good boy.
Such a sweet boy. He's gonna be really upset with us when we get home though, because he's hungry.
Are you getting hungry, kiddo? Is it about that time? All right, we're gonna take the kiddo home. Big shout out to everybody who joined. Thank you to all the mods, because we had a little bit of moderation need today. Thank you for that. Everybody who joined, everybody who watched, everybody who chatted. Anybody who joined for the first time, thank you.
Hopefully as the weather gets warmer, we'll be able to
Do a few more of these.
Bagel and I will be able to join a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be good. He's also getting better. You know, he's just in general getting
Yeah, he's
more
getting
capable.
bigger and sweet boy.
Yeah, so hopefully we had a little more outings as a group. If you're new to the channel, do regular wanderings around New York City. Used to post daily. I'm, as you can tell, a little behind on that for various reasons that we've discussed before.
Well, I wanted to also, on that point, just thank everybody for the love and well wishes. And it's a rough time, but really appreciate all of your kind words.
Yeah, we have a really good community. Everybody's
Yeah.
been super, super, super kind, understanding, and supportive. So thank you for all of that. Hopefully we'll start to get a little more back in the swing of things as the days go by. This week I'm going to post, I have 2 recordings set for this week. One is York Avenue and Sutton Place, which is a really fun part of the Upper East Side into Midtown East. Really good views of the water and some other interesting things, so stay tuned for that. And then Lexington Avenue and a little window shopping at Bloomingdale's. So a couple of videos at least lined up. I think Brenda just mentioned it might snow in New York either tomorrow or the next day. If it does, whether we go live, whether we try to record it, we'll certainly try to see it if it happens, if it actually happens, if it's interesting. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we're gonna say bye-bye. They're going to sleep.
But other than that, thanks to everybody for hanging on out with us. We love spending this time with you. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of our wander around Central Park, including some nice music at the end. So signing off from New York City.
Thank you again, everybody, and hopefully I'll be able to be on and see you soon, but Sean at least will at some point.
Thanks, Lisa. And kiddo, we'll see everybody again real soon. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Bye.